Oh my gosh. I'm in one of the best rooms at the Capital Audio Fest. Lazan Torin,
Hi, Peter.
how are you?
Very good.
High-end by Oz. We're featuring the same system almost that we have up at AVShowrooms.
Correct.
That's right, except we have the silver Borresens here,
Correct.
and I have the copper Borresens.
Yep.
And then we'll get to this in a moment. We have the grand finale over here. Oh, we don't want to look at that yet. So you've done a great job over the past several years bringing Thrax, now with Borresen, Anzus cables, Aavik. I mean, it's awesome sounding stuff. Yeah,
Thank
awesome. So tell us about the system you have here at the Capital Audio Fest
Sure.
2021.
Sure. We're using Thrax electronics and also Vitus for our system. On the source, we're using the Vitus SCD CD player / DAC, but we're using it as a transport right now.
Okay.
We're using the Maximinus DAC, which is a ladder DAC at the bottom, and then the beautiful Thrax Beyonce's tube preamplifier, and powering up the speakers is the Thrax Terrace hybrid monoblocks, 250 watts per channel at 8 ohms. Doing a fantastic job. We love it.
I love those amplifiers. We had them with our Borresen copper 05s, this exact amplifier. And I'll tell you, surprise, surprise.
Yep.
It is holographic, it has bass, it has dynamics.
It has control.
It does.
It does have control and grip. It's just like, it's almost like controlling the racehorse.
Yeah.
You can't let it loose.
You're right.
You can't pull it too tight.
You're right.
You
You're
have to
right.
let it run.
You're right.
And that's what they're doing.
You're
And
right.
we love the performance so far.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Awesome.
And then obviously the Borresen 05 Silver Supremes. Viewers already know, and we have been actually getting a lot of feedback for our last video, saying that they've actually learned about the silver, and it's not about internal wiring only.
That's
so
right.
That's fantastic news for us to get the message out there, thanks to you.
Well, thanks to you too, because you explained it properly. It's not about copper versus silver wiring.
Yep.
It's about inductance.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Exactly.
Yep.
And also, obviously, we're using the Michael Borresen's cables, Anzus cables, which are DTC Supreme. This is the top of the line. And obviously, we're using his mains power distributor, which has got grounding as well as Tesla coils to lower the noise floor. But we're very lucky because, the jewel of our system, United Home Audio, Super Deck, which Greg is going to talk about, also addresses all of those concerns.
Same issues.
Same issues. Therefore, the system here is match made in heaven,
There
to be
you go.
honest with you.
It's a
And
beautiful system.
I'm glad to partner with Greg because we've been having so much fun.
Well, every time I walk down the hall here, the room is full.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to kick people out.
Yeah,
To do
exactly.
this video shoot.
Exactly.
And I felt bad about that. But I thought, well, 5 guys in the room versus thousands are going to see the video, so let those 5 guys
Yeah.
take a half an hour sacrifice.
Yeah. But we'll be doing the after-hour show anyway, so it's jam-packed until like 2 a.m. anyway. So
That's right, folks. Every time you see an audio show where High-End by Oz and Greg Barone from United Home Audio are exhibiting and they have the tape party, you can't miss it.
Yep.
You can't miss it. It's awesome. Just awesome. Speaking of that, Greg Barone, come on down. Greg, how are you?
Doing good.
So the show looks fantastic for you guys this year.
I did the very first Capital Audio Fest. I took the biggest room that they had at the Glen whatever mansion in Rockville. And, the traffic was okay. And then for a few years, it kind of, wasn't really happening. And when Gary Gill said he was going to do this, we had the pandemic and the whole problem going on. And I said, Gary, do it. Just do it. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
And I'm floored. I mean, like you said, every time I turn around, every seat's taken. Last night at the After Hours event, we had to bring in chairs as usual, but people stood in the back, people stood in the hallway. It was a great show.
Well, that's the fun of coming to audio shows, and that's what this type of audio equipment can do. It gets people excited. So as excited we are at the show, I'm more excited at home. to listen to it.
Yeah.
So speaking of the deck, and boy, I wish I had that in my home right now to come home to. It's beautiful. It sounds fantastic. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this is the new Super Deck. I've been working on this for many years, kind of in quiet. I haven't said anything really about it because it was such an ambitious project. You want to make sure you can get it done. And luckily, with some great engineering help and some great metal work, great electronic engineering, it's come about. You have an outboard power supply here, taking AC from the wall, converts it into DC power. There are 3 toroidal power transformers in there. One runs the tape transport. Then you have one for the right channel, one for the left channel. That's about as complete separation of church and state you can get. But not only that, all of the interior of the outboard power supply and the outboard head amp are all lined with Rich Life material, which is a vibration dampening product. The power transformers are bolted to that. All of the boards are connected to that, plus a very thick aluminum chassis. And of course, we're using the HiFi Stay gyro tension swing footers underneath.
Yeah, I see that.
That allow this to float and also the power supply to float.
To float as well.
Yeah. Every connector on here is all Furtec. There's no Chinese pieces and parts in it whatsoever. Also, the rack system is an option for the deck, but the rack system allows you to only take up 2 spaces in your rack system. Theoretically, your well-heeled guy that's going to buy this has got an expensive rack, and he doesn't want it eating up space. Instead of taking 3 shelves, it only takes 2. But there's an added benefit. The benefit is the tape transport floats in a gel system and is completely decoupled to avoid acoustic airborne vibrations and any mechanical vibrations.
Yeah.
So,
well, you've thought out every aspect of it. The video we shot a month and a half ago, you really explain this well. It's like, wow, I mean, gosh.
That's because I lived every second of it.
It's fantastic. It's just fantastic.
I forgot to mention about the rack.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ozan,
And
please talk. Yeah.
This is making its US debut. It's HiFi Stay. We're the importer for HiFi Stay racks. And as you can see, it is a floating mechanism at the bottom that basically takes away all the vibration, airborne vibration out. Also, it is actually an X-frame where you can adjust the width and the depth of the individual levels.
Got it.
So that you can adjust the footers here, which basically tilts 270 degrees, so that you can sit your components' feet on those vibration control footers that are built into the rack, so that your equipment can float and get rid of all the vibration that is happening while you're playing music, especially airborne.
Very cool.
This is one of the first ones out here, and it looks beautiful.
It does, yeah.
But it works.
I love the contrast with the Thrax, the silver, the lighting on the Thrax, and the black. It's just stunning. It's just stunning. Well, guys, the best part of a room tour is the listening session.
Yeah.
And we've queued up here Mike Valentine from Chasing the Dragon, Hispania. He's recorded beautiful mezzo soprano singing Carmen Bizet. Or Bizet's Carmen. Here we go.
all right.
jamais, jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Oiseau que tu croyais surprendre, battu de l'aile et s'envola. L'amour loin, tu peux l'attendre, tu peux l'attendre, il est là. Autour de toi, vite, vite, il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. De quoi le tenir vite, tu crois lui vite et il te tient. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais, jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi.
Oh my gosh, guys. Whoa. I mean, in spite of the hurricane heating air conditioning system that we have to bust through with this, so we turned it up real loud for you guys, viewers, so you could hear it. And I'll tell you what, it really paid dividends here in the listening position because the whole room exploded with the mezzo-soprano's voice. It was really worth turning it up. And I probably wouldn't have turned it up that loud if it wasn't for the hurricane above us. But I'll tell you, the articulation in her voice, the sound of the orchestra when it came in, the decay of the orchestra, the whole staging of it was spectacular, spectacular. That's one of the best, if not the best sound I've had so far at the show this year.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
outstanding, just outstanding.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. Just dynamic range, holographic sound stage, microdynamics, macrodynamics. You check off the list, it's nailing everything. Just a beautiful system. Greg, the super deck is super. Ozan, the system, the Borresen 05 Silvers, oh my gosh, the Thrax equipment, all working together as a team. One of the best sounds I think I've ever heard on a show. If I could have taken the hurricane away. But but we get what we get.
Yeah.
And then you listen through. And this is, viewers, you got to listen to this stuff. This is outrageous. Anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Pete.